Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show on this Monday, the 16th of November, 2020. Thank you for tuning in. Now, you know what? There's a whole bunch of vaccines coming along. They're developing them really, really fast, you know. Of course, Pfizer and Moderna, two of the big ones, but they're making these vaccines in three different methods. They're even making plant-based vaccines this time around. I think it's here in Canada they're working on plant-based vaccine. Maybe the vaccine will work really good, but maybe you'll have some sort of little sprouts coming out of your ears. I just don't know. Anyway, but they got all these vaccines coming along. A whole bunch of them they're working on, and they're getting near the final stages of development and testing. So they're going to be putting them out there. Different countries are going to have different vaccines. And I'm going to guarantee you guys, going to be big, long lineups of people to get vaccinated, And when those people come in, remember when they used to have blockbuster movies? And they'd bring the first Superman movie out or whatever, and they'd put about 50 copies on the shelf, And that first week, all the copies would be gone. You go in to get a copy of Watch Superman, they'd all be gone. Well, that's the way it's going to be with the vaccines. It's going to be all these people who really want the vaccine are going to be rushing in there, tearing in there, standing in line, trying to push their way in front of the line. Give it to me first. I want it first, right? But then when all those people are gone, then, well, you're not going to exactly hear crickets, but the governments out there are going to, some of them, I just know some of them are probably going to make the vaccine mandatory. Some countries, maybe these banana republics and stuff, But here in the United States and Canada and in Great Britain and stuff, I don't really see them making it mandatory. But they'll probably do some sort of other trick with us, like, you can't get on this bus unless you got your vaccine card, Or you can't get in my taxi, not without a vaccine card. Let me see your vaccine card first, sort of thing. Or maybe even the grocery stores and stuff. You have to show your vaccine card at the door to get in, get on an airplane, vaccine card, any form of travel, vaccine card. So the people that don't have it are probably going to be almost like a second-class citizen that can't go anywhere, So even though it's not mandatory, if you don't have it, it's probably going to impact your life enough where you'll be like a second-class citizen, and even worse if you don't have it anyway. But that's just the way it's going to be, because an awful lot of companies or whatever and things are not going to want to be closed down because somebody came down with coronavirus. Like if you want to go on a cruise, for instance, in the cruise ship, they don't want to be closed down because a person come down with coronavirus. So they're probably going to, everybody that boards the ship, they're probably going to want to see that little card that shows you've been vaccinated, and it's not the company's fault. The company is just trying to, cut their losses and stuff. And, anyway, let's get on with the markets. This is happening whether we like it or not. It's coming whether we like it or not. We don't really have a say in this, but this is going to be the way it's going to be. So let's get open to markets. Let's open up the charts right here and take a look at what's going on today. Silver price is $24.73. Is the silver price up 9 cents on the day? I don't see any. It's got to the point of being ridiculous. The silver and gold price, for the first time in history, according to my estimation, have not kept up with inflation. They've not kept up. They're lagging behind on inflation, and this makes them priced. I know we've seen a surge in price, because, silver was like $14 and now it's $24. But that's not kept up with the devaluation of the dollar. That's not kept up. And when you look at the price, it was almost $50 just a few years ago, and how much more your dollar would buy back then. Well, now it makes the price of silver that much cheaper right now. It's really cheap. In fact, it's the most undervalued asset out there, and it's probably the safest place to have your money, is in silver, probably. I'm not a financial investor. I'm not telling you guys to buy silver, but I think that you should take a second look at it. That's my opinion on it anyway. So 24.72. But if you're going to buy silver, there's a few pitfalls. First off, you got to be careful where you buy it. Buy it from a reputable source. Do not try to get a bargain on silver. Just go ahead and pay your premiums or whatever and buy it from a reputable company, and don't go out to some back alley someplace and buy off of some guy that sells on Amazon, and he's going to give you a discount, 30% off on silver, because there's such a thing as fake silver out there. I know a lot of you guys know about this, but some of you don't. Out in my audience out there, you might be first-time buyers of silver. The Chinese fake silver like crazy. It's just like silver-plated brass, but it looks real good. It looks like the real McCoy, and you got to be careful where you're buying silver, that you don't get into any fake silver. That'd be a tragedy, if you bought some fake silver. Anyway, look at this right here, gold price today, $18.92 for gold. It took a cascade downwards, below 1870, and now it bounced straight back up again. But that's a flash crash, and I'm not exactly sure why it had a flash crash, but it had a flash crash there. It's showing a lot of volatility in the metals right now. $18.92, it's up $3.20 on the day. Let's take a look at Kryptos today. Kryptos is on a boom. It's just booming upwards. 471 today. It's $16,583, heading for $17,000 right now for Bitcoin. If you can imagine that, it's booming that big, looking really good for Bitcoin. This time might be the time when it goes over 20,000 and stays up above 20,000. Not like last time when it fell down big. It might not fall this time. It might go up and stay up, and it might just continue to go higher and higher and higher. Because it meets all the requirements. Bitcoin meets all the requirements of hard money. So does gold. That's why the two of them are in a battle for supremacy right now. But I think there's room enough for both of them to win, It doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be both. There's enough room in the financial system to absorb both of them as means of hard money, $16,583. Dow Jones Industrial Average today, 415 points up on news of another vaccine candidate they got out there. I think it's the Moderna. Anyway, it's well in excess of 90% effective. 415 points up today. Let's take a look at crude oil. 41.50, and it's going along flat. It's been following this very little movement, very little volatility in crude oil for a long time now, going all the way back to when we had that big drop in price when it went down to negative $40. Let's take a look at the MOVE index today. 42.95 on the MOVE index. It's down 1.22 or 2.77% on the day so far. So the MOVE index is staying low. That means that the credit markets are staying. This right here is the credit markets. When volatility increases in the credit markets, we see the MOVE index go up. We're going to take a look now at bonds and rates. We're going to take a look, and we're looking at rising bond yields today, but it's only marginal. It's not big. It's only small moves. 0.90 on the 10-year and 1.65 on the 30-year. Now we're going to take a look at the U.S. dollar index today, 92.62, and it's going along sideways, but it is starting to drop this afternoon. 92.62 on the US dollar index. Now let's take a look at our funny picture for today. I'm going to tell you, this is a really cute pup I found on here. He is really, really cute. And I'm going to tell you what about his fur. I can just tell by looking at him, he is one soft puppy to pet. You know, that fur would just be like, oh man, he must be just like a teddy bear. Just like petting a teddy bear, petting him. You know, and look at those blue eyes. Boy, is he ever a cute puppy. I like him, you know. He's a really cute puppy. Listen, thank you guys for listening to my show. Like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. We'll catch you guys in the very next episode. Bye-bye.